Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong and welcome to the back of this show. I have a dirty duff key here and I have a new key blank and we're going to have a look at this. I'm going to put these on a white piece of paper because, of course, if I drop anything like little tiny screws, it gives me a bit more of an opportunity to find them. So this is how you get the blank, and it cost me, I think, about £3. No, it's got this bit of black sticker on there. Alright, it's got a bit of black sticker over the manufacturer logo, of course, because it's a naughty aftermarket reproduction. Ooh. Let's not worry about that on the the legalities of producing new key fobs. I don't think Land Rover are going to lose much sleep over that. Interesting enough, you can see the back is a sort of different shape, whereas this one's got a bit of a panel going on. But that's not okay. Let's just see how it comes apart. Okay, it's just a little snap lid, and that's going to go straight on there. Bit filthy though. Clean that before we put it back on. A couple of screws, whereas in this case one is missing, so that's again something a bit lame. Although this one doesn't have any screws at all, so I guess you're supposed to transfer those. I probably have suitable things that will do. Every time I take something apart, if I find a useful screw, I try to keep it. Now there are several components to these keys, and we may or may not actually have problems with this. I can feel that keys. Normally you can get the keys out, so let's just continue and open these up and see if we're going to face those. Look, actually all the innards have the different components in here, so it's got the screws and the back plate. That's good, because sometimes when you try to transfer these things, they just don't work. They just don't fit, basically. And that's a little nice membrane there. It actually has the carbon membrane for the buttons. So we'll just, first things first, knock that. No, it doesn't want to come out. Just gingerly I'm going to prise this up. I've never done this type of key before, so it's a bit of a learning experience for me as well, but I think I'm going to be okay with that. Lifting the PCB is okay, and there's some grossness in there. Look, it's full of grossness. So I'm going to clean that in a moment. But yeah, there's a Siemens part number, and there's a little antenna right there. You can see the antenna, 3 buttons and the carbon in the middle, and just a battery. So that is fine. Going to clean that up, and I think we're going to be good to go with that. Let's look inside there. So we've got the old membrane, and I'm going to put that aside. Now don't throw away these parts, by the way, till you're well and truly done, because sometimes there'll be bits you need. I just want to see what went wrong here. You can see the button there. It went all kind of deformed, and yeah, it just didn't ever really quite work after that point. So let's look here. Also, you have this thing here, and this is very important. This is the transponder chip. If this is, for example, in this vehicle, I don't have another key. If you lose that part, you're done, basically. Game over. Game over, pal. Your car's not going to start. So much so that what some people do is, if you really want that car and you want to sort of preserve it, some people get even a second key cut, yeah, but they'll take this chip and they'll glue it. They'll glue it next to or behind the plastic in the part where you put the key, so the transponder will always see this, and then that way, even though you've got a copied key without a transponder, it'll still work. So that's kind of what they do with that. So at least you can get out of trouble. So I'm going to put that there nice and safe, and I'm going to just take this bit of board, and I've got a bit of flux clean here, and I'm just going to take away that juice. I don't really know what the juice is. I think it's probably just probably the rubber, actually, the rubber of the key press mechanism just melting away. And that's kind of what happens. It reacts to the oils in your skin and just goes gross. So it's just like cleaning a calculator, really. That was a tiny bit of hand gel, by the way. Hand gel contains alcohol, so it's a convenient sort of solvent for some of these things. Leave that there to dry. Now, I can see a problem in that the key itself may or may not be bonded. And it certainly bloody looks bonded to me, although it's got a slight wobble. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get the key out. So that leaves me with a quandary, really. I've got this nice, lovely new key blank, and I've got this crummy old one. So I'll have to get the key cut if I want to use that. That's a given. And I'm just trying to see if there's any way though I can sort of transplant some out of one into the other. So although it's the old one, at least it can be more functional. So I'm just going to have a quick look at how these are constructed, because you can see here you've got this membrane, and that's definitely glued on there. That's stuck totally. That's stuck firm there. That's definitely not going. Nope, that's not going nowhere. And this one again would be the same scenario. So yeah, I kind of have to go and get this cut. That's the answer, which is not so bad because I kind of do need another key. Transponder issues aside, but let's just pretend like this is a cut key, and we're just going to continue with it. So transponder, it's going to go in like this, and I will advise you to glue that. It should be glued in there because you never want that to flop out, because it just plopped out when I took this apart. This membrane will go in there, and I think the membrane actually on the old one actually looked a bit better. Interestingly, I've just noticed there's these various holes and things here, but they don't seem to really align up to anything. So it doesn't look like it's a particularly good fit. It doesn't matter so much as long as it clamps in. And yeah, I mean that's it really. You pop that on, clip it in, put the 2 screws, and we'll just have a look. Let's see if we push the button. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Oh yeah, hang on. Did I see the button flash ever so slightly there? It's very firm. It did do it though. I have to admit, I did see the light flash, but it's a bit firm. So let's have a look. See, it's a bit firm. Is there any way we can improve its press feel? I suspect one of the best ways to improve its press feel is not to use the membrane that came with it. So I'm just going to try that little experiment out. I think this one looked in better nick, although again a little bit juicy. Just give it a quick wipe. Just giving it that quick wipe here. That would have affected its conductivity for sure, having that sort of oil on it. That's fitting in, and actually that has all the same holes as well as that, so they did try to make a pretty faithful copy. It's just odd. Just an odd little manufacturing quirk, I suspect. Oh, I can hear, yes. I can see it flash. It's weird, I just don't know when the... yeah, it is doing it. So that's that, and that would be a new key. So now I'm going to have to go off to the locksmith and get this cut so I can use this nice new blank. Hope that's been of some use to you. Have you had a go at assembling a key and had any issues with it? Please let me know down below. And I don't know, happy motoring I suppose. As ever, thank you for watching. Went to the key cutting place. Job done, and it fits really good. I was really surprised about that. There you go.